Okay, let's do this Sunday, July 6th, 3:31 p.m. So we are going to do the usual. This one is for free. This one is for free for everybody on YouTube. But I do this live every Sunday for my members. So you need to be a member at the buy alert level or at the Discord level, which is better. So what we are going to do is look at all of the stocks that we have here in our watch list. We are going to look at them from the weekly perspective. Every week we watch them on the weekly perspective. Every day we are watching them from a daily perspective. So this is what we're going to do today. So let's start with Tesla. So Tesla, for that one, we can look at it from the daily too. So we closed at 315.35, and Tesla is really at a standstill. Downward channel is still in play, right here. Bullish channel still in play, right here. So we are converging. Right here, converging in that area. Even on the 1 hour chart, look at this. Look at how right smack on the bullish channel support the stock is, right smack on it, and the bearish channel resistance. So we are right there. Hopefully we are going to go a little bit higher on Monday. But yes, Iran is starting a new party. Trump wants to fire Jerome Powell. There's so much stuff going on, and this can be impacting the stock market. Nobody can predict for sure what is going to happen. What we do on this channel is that we look at trends. We look at the trends, we look at the stock chart, we look at the stock price, and the patterns that the price are making, and this is what helping us guide our decision. So on the 1 hour chart, on top of this big bearish channel that we have also on the daily, we have this smaller downtrend right here. Boom, boom, boom. So we are at the top of that resistance right here. So are we going to break that, or are we going to break to cave into it? We have support. We have horizontal support at 313.13. If we start breaking 313.13, this is what it means. If we break this on Monday, then we are not going higher for now. That's it. So just watch the open on Monday, 313.13. If we open higher than this one right here, so if we open at 319, then we should be going higher. A little bit of a bump at 326, and maybe the target at 331.40. If we open lower than 313.13, 305 is the first support, then 295. This is what we have right there. Let's look at the weekly chart for Tesla. So weekly chart, let me check that this is working. I think so. So weekly chart, we have stochastic over 60. This is good. We see very clearly the downward channel. We don't have DMI yet. DMI is not there. DMI is dark red, so it means that it's not bullish. It's not bullish, but it's a weak bearish. Voilà. So this is it for that. Let's take a look at the VIX. When the VIX goes up, stock market goes down. So VIX has been trending quite low recently. 1749, we like it below 20. So we cannot really complain about that one. So this is looking good on the weekly chart. No stochastic for the VIX. This is nice. The bonds Bonds are zigzagging. They have been going down for the past 5-6 weeks. We love this. The 20-year trending down, the 10-year trending down, except last week. In terms of Dow Jones, you know, this was at 41,826. This was a nice support that we broke, and then we broke another one at 43,339. Now we are going to get right here. Are we going to break 45,075? Nobody knows. If it happens, then this is going to give us confidence that things are going to continue. If it does not happen, well, it's going to tell us that the stock market is not as strong. SPX on the weekly. SPX, this is nicer. Look at this. Boom. Right here, we broke 61.44. We continued last week. We still don't have a DMI right here, so this is our longer term indicator. So short term, yes, stochastic, we had it since end of April. So since the end of April, stochastic is telling us, yeah, bullish, and look at what happened. Really nice. DMI is slower to turn. It has not turned yet. So the ride is nice, but it might not continue that long. And if we take a look at NASDAQ, you know, same thing as SPX. We broke 22,284. That was a nice, you know, that was a buy right there. Then we are continuing. We have DMI in that case. So we have DMI. It's a weak bullish, but it's bullish. So, you know, so NASDAQ is in a better position. Russell for the small caps. Russell, yeah, last week, well, basically like SPX and NASDAQ. 2 weeks ago, we had the break above 2170. Last week, we continued. We have stochastic, DMI is not yet there. So, you know, the indices are doing good. 3 out of 4 are doing good. Our long-term indicator is still not convinced, but you know, a fact's a fact. A fact's a fact. So this has been continuing. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple, we don't have stochastic yet on the weekly. We had a nice week. Went and stopped at 214.66. It has been stopping there since April. Stopping until it breaks that. Then we cannot really conclude that we are going to go higher. So we need at least a break of 214.66. You know, we need to break above where we used to stop, and preferably to 1939 right here, that horizontal line right here. That would be best to catch a swing there. So we remain on the sideline for now, but we are watching. Amazon broke above 218 last week, and we could not break above that one. So, you know, this is a buy on the weekly chart right here for Amazon. Last week, well, or 2 weeks ago, we had the break right here. Last week, we basically stayed at the same place. So, you know, this is still valid. And the first swing is going to be up to 232.94. After that, then we'll see if we continue. But this is still a buy right here on the weekly. AMD, everything's nice in terms of indicators. We had a nice run 2 weeks ago. Last week we are pausing, so we are stuck, cannot break 144.37. So this is going to tell us that we want to continue once we break that one. ARM, I just need one of them. So ARM, we are stopping at 164.11. Cannot break it. Broke it, but this was a fluke. Broke it 2 weeks ago. Last week we just caved into it, but all of our indicators are good. So what we had last week was just a pullback. It was just a regular pullback. Is the pullback done, over with? That's the big question. We still have some room to go because this is the daily chart. So on the daily chart, this is the line that we are following. So that would mean that we could be going back down to 150 before bouncing. So you can enter right now, but if you enter right now, keep it until 150 because we could be bouncing on 150, or wait until you see the bounce. So it's make your own decisions, do your own research, make your own decisions. Microsoft, has been doing nice, but we are at the top of the channel right now, so chances are that we could be caving in. So this is FOMO at this point. If we start breaking above, then you can chance it. Just be very careful. Put your stop loss, automatic stop loss somewhere, because we are at the top, and at the top we should cave in. Meta cannot break 739.90. We could not break it either in February, so we are trying, but we cannot get above it. So until we are proven otherwise, this one should be going lower. If we close above 739.90, we can call it 740. If we close above 740, then okay, we can assume that we are going to continue for a while. NVIDIA, this is like Microsoft. So NVIDIA last week, well, 2 weeks ago, was right smack on resistance. Now we are breaking above. So it does not seem like it wants to cave into it. It seems like it wants to go further. Sometimes this happens. I can show you for Tesla on the daily chart. On the daily chart for Tesla, we had a few right here. We had a few channels. We had a few channels in 2020. We had a channel right here. It was zigzagging like it's supposed to. Then it broke it, just like NVIDIA did. It broke it. In case of Tesla, it continued, and this was the beginning of a big move up. Is it going to be the same with NVIDIA? Nobody knows, but we see a sign. We see a sign that it wants to, where is it? Yeah, so we see a sign that it wants to go higher. So it's not caving into it. So, this is chaseable. This is chaseable. You do what you want, but this is chaseable. If you want to chase that, put a stop loss not too far below the last support right here at 150. So you buy at 159-ish, and you put a stop loss just a bit below, and you can try that one. Nothing's for sure. Nothing's for sure. So Palantir, the move is nice. We are currently stopped at 145. If we go on the daily, we are into this congestion zone. If we break above 145, this is a continuation. If we break below 125, this is a short. This is a short or a sell. No stochastic, so it's not looking too good. We have an opinion right here. Tesla's going back to 280. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We don't do predictions right here. We extrapolate. We extrapolate the moves. If we see Tesla break some resistance, we assume it's continuing. If it breaks some support, we assume it's going to continue. Ionic. Ionic, nice week last week. We were into this decreasing resistance. We broke above it, so this is a change. On the daily, we had identified 42.39 as a horizontal resistance. Broke it on Thursday. Is that it? Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday. Broke it on Wednesday. Yeah, because of 4th of July. So you know, this is a buy right there. We should be going up to 48. So this is a continuation of the move right there. SoFi, everything is good on the weekly chart. Broke last week 1843. So this is a continuation for SoFi right here. We stopped a little bit, then boom. Thursday we broke it where we could never break before. So that's a change. That's a change in the market right there. That's a change. So this one, we're gonna flag it as a potential buy. Cisco, yeah, everything is good on the weekly. We are getting close to the resistance, so it's less interesting to buy. Here it was more interesting to buy at 64. Once we broke above 64, we had our green dot. So one green dot is the first buy, and the two green dots is the second buy. So the two buys happened. Now we are close to resistance, so that would be chasing it at this point until it breaks that diagonal resistance and continues. Then it's going to become like the others that we saw, that like Nvidia, that just started to break higher. So that was Cisco. Then Google. We had the break last week, broke above 178. We still have some resistance at 184. So the first buy was last week after 178, but a better buy will be after 184. We'll see if it happens. Hood, you know, this one is going like crazy. This one is going like crazy. So we had the break of the bullish channel right here. Bullish channel, this one just broke through. So you see it happens. It is happening right here. Broke through. So, you know, you can hop on that. Yes, it's a little bit late to hop on that. The best time was to enter, you know, maybe at 82, but then there was this resistance right here. And then on Monday was a super big day. So, you know, sometimes we don't have the space to enter unless we chase. So this is an example of that one. Lemonade could not break above 41. This is on the weekly. Could not break above it. Broke above it, but for 3 weeks, because again it's right smack on those resistances. So when it's right smack on there on those resistance, either it caves in or either it continues. This one has not shown us that it wants to continue yet. We can wait. We can wait. We don't have to waste our time, you know. If it does not show us something new, we keep our money in our pockets. HIMS, you know, this is another example. So HIMS could not break 64.69. So when you see a stock make a plateau like this, get out of it when wait. And then boom, look at this, it came down. So if you had come out of it, then you would have saved this move down. And just get back into it after it comes back above 64.69, which it never did for real. You know, it did it during the week briefly, then came back down. So this is how we think on this channel. Oscar, Yeah, let's look. Okay, we can look at the weekly. So this was a resistance right here. It was a resistance. Broke it above 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago came back down. And then never stayed up. And boom, we had a big move down. It does not mean that it won't come back again. But it's just showing us that it does not want to go higher than this area right here. Now, this is close to support, so this is more interesting. Buying close to resistance, unless it breaks it, then it's less interesting. When it's closer to support, well, this is more interesting. So this is the move down we had last week. Support, a perfect support would be at 1550. Sometimes they bounce a little bit higher, but 1550 would be a nice entry. I would wait for this to be crossed too. Boom. So here would be a nice entry back into it, because this is, do we see the yeah, this is a great company. Look at the revenues climbing super fast, net income increasing, the margins increasing. This is a great company. So there's just some volatility here, but for Oscar, this area here and just a little bit above for another entry, but this area right here would be nice. Okay, Zeta. So Zeta, this one is a little bit early, but sometimes it's better to see a stock earlier than learn about it later when it's gone too far. So this one broke above 1487. We have identified this one for a week or two. Look at the revenues. Boom, boom, boom. Increasing. The net income, it's still negative, but less so. The margins are improving, and the stock is doing well. So this one above 1487. This one is holding. We have DMI, we have, so compared to SPY, this is positive. We don't have stochastic yet, but this one is holding great. Above 1487, this is still a buy. This is still a buy right now. Stop loss just a bit below support. So this is still a buy, but there's no stochastic, so it's not yet ripe. It's not yet ripe. It hasn't shown us that it wants to go. It went above 1487, so that was one sign. But now we need a bit more momentum. It needs to show us that it has momentum. So an entry right now is not too bad. It's not perfect. There's a bit of risk, but an entry right now, you have a closer stop loss just below 1398 versus waiting for it to prove it to us. If it proves it to us, it's going to have to break above on the daily 1641. So just a bit above it is like proving it to us. So it's more sure that it's going to go because it has already started to go. But then the stop loss, you can use a 1487 as the stop loss maybe, or better the same 1398. But this is a further move down. So there's always a trade-off. Always a trade-off. Xpeng, right on support. Right on support right now. So maybe this is interesting. So the first buy is after 19, which it was close to break. So this is the first buy, the stronger buy, again with a lower stop loss. So the stronger buy is after 21. After 21, because, you know, it used to stop at 21, except for one day. It's stopping at 21. So once it's going to break 21, this is going to be more significant than breaking above 19. 19, it stopped once, 3 times. Stopped 3 times in the past, in the past month. And at 21, it stopped like 6, 7, 8 times in the past 3 months. So the longer a pattern is happening, then this is the more certain you can be that after that pattern break, that it continues. So that's the thinking. So that's Xpeng. Archer, you know, it swung like crazy. The first buy is going to be after 1182, and second one at 1250. No stochastic yet. Joe B, a little cousin. This is the vertical takeoff stuff. So Joe B, look at this, 933. We broke above it, weekly chart 2 weeks ago. Staying above it right now, staying above it. So this was the first buy after 933. This was the first buy. The second buy is, well, the second buy is right here, but we have some resistance right now. We are at the top of the channel, so that's the stuff. That's what makes it less enticing. So in a perfect world, we would wait a bit, go to the support side of the channel, and then have that 1072 buy for a swing up to that. Let me show you. Whoops. There. So the swing, you know, if we swing here, 1072 up to, depending on how fast it goes, 14. So that would be the best case scenario. I don't know if this is going to happen. I don't know. We don't need to know when things are going to happen, but we need to know that once we break 1072, it could be worth something. So that's Joe B. VRT, you know, revenues increasing, net income increasing, stock increasing, above 126 2 weeks ago, staying above, retested it. It retested the support. See, retested it here. So, you know, this one is close to support compared to being close to resistance. So this one is looking pretty nice, pretty nice. Let's continue. So MSTR, so that's a Bitcoin company. You know, this is the company that owns Bitcoin. So we were topping at 395. Broke it last week. So that's the first buy right here. Second buy is a little bit later, if it happens. So, you know, these are all nice tips. I usually do this only for my members at the private Discord level and the buy alert level. And if you want me to do some custom stuff, I do that for my members only. I'm sorry. Bitcoin, you know, once Bitcoin goes, you see Bitcoin cannot break 109,632. It breaks it during the week, but does not close above it. It needs to close above it. So 109,632, we need to watch that. This is the first one right here. So once we see that, then it's a go right here. Right here it's a go. Just above, this is the all-time high. That's another go. That's the second go. So you see how uneventful this is. We just have to wait until milestones are crossed. We don't have to guess. Oh, well, I think because something is happening with the Federal Reserve, Jerome Powell says this, I think Bitcoin is going to go. I'm going to go in. This is nice speculation. This is, if you are right, I am, if you are right, really happy for you, but this is hard. This is hard stuff. It's a lot easier to see that, okay, we are topping at 109. We have been topping below 109 since the beginning of 2025. This is a fact. This is a fact. You can draw a line and you see that we don't go above. That's a fact. Once we break above that line, then that's significant. That's not that hard, huh? That's not that, So this prevents us to, nobody can answer that question. Is that good or bad for Tesla stock? What Michael Cohen offered support to Elon, nobody knows what is going to happen on Monday. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Will Elon getting back into politics? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Some people might tell you that they know, and they will say yes or no, and they will have 50% chance to be right or wrong. And if they are right, you will think, oh, wow, they are good. Well, 50-50. So 50-50, anybody can be good if they flip a coin. But through time, you will see that if they really are good. Flipping a coin once and getting it right, okay, that's kind of easy. Getting it right 10 times in a row, that's different. But here we don't play that game. We don't play that game. This is a hard game to play. But if you notice a stock making a top somewhere and you draw a line, then the next time it's gonna break it, get in. That's it. Get in and look at what happened. Bitcoin was at 78, went up to 100. You need to sell at some point. If you hold it, then if you held it, you were happy here, you were less happy here, and you were happy again here. But my point is that look at the tops, draw a line, then wait for it to cross, and then get in. That's it. Why complicate things? Why complicate things? Okay. XRP, XRP sideways, XLM, Doge, we have support that Doge. Look at this. Made a top here with XRP April of last year. Made a top at 22 cents. Next time it breaks 22 cents, get in. You see? So if you only do that, you will be ahead of many people. Okay, coin. Of course, it's I'm showing you the easy parts. There are different variables you need to take into consideration, but just as a basic principle, instead of guessing, just watch what's happening. That's my point. Coin, everything is good on the weekly. Getting close to resistance right here. We have some resistance here. We could be caving in a little bit before a further move. And physical gold, all good on the weekly. cooling down a bit, so maybe this bounce right here is going to allow for a move up eventually right here. And silver on the weekly. Silver, you know, see again, made a top, a 4 or 5 week top, broke it, continuing. So yeah, this is what we do on this channel. We observe stocks stopping, and when they don't stop anymore, we consider other things. But the concept is that if a stock makes a significant move, you know, because it stopped here, this move up was not significant, this move up was not significant. It's not the percentage of a move within a week that makes it significant or not. It's whether or not the move broke a previous trend, a previous resistance, a previous ceiling. If it makes a ceiling, the longer the ceiling, the longer is going to be, the higher is the break going to be. So look for ceilings, look for bullish channels also, because this is giving us an idea as to how far could we go. Well, we could go to the resistance, and guess what? This is what it did. It's stopping right here. It had a top right here, the resistance was here, it broke above, it was the time to buy above, up to the next one, and now it's been 4 weeks where it's not doing much. Now it wants to break the first one. Okay, there's a second one though. There's a second one right here. So if it breaks the second one, okay. But yeah. So these are the stocks that we are looking at every single week. Then what we usually do, because you are invited to our public Tesla weekly live, that we call it, because we start with Tesla. This is our main stock that we look at, but we are looking at all of the others. Then we are looking at the sectors to see in terms of the economy how the economy is doing. So the materials sector, look at this, going super high. So materials, this aspect of the economy is doing great. So the stocks that deal with materials, lumber and all that stuff, they are going higher this week. Well, last week went higher. So that part of the economy is doing great. So we are looking at that to understand and see what's happening to the economy as a whole. So this is the consumer discretionary. This is going higher. Consumer staples, nice move up also. Energy, this is on an uptrend. Had a bad week 2 weeks ago. Now it's recovering a little bit. Well, energy, we don't want it to recover too much because it's going to make everything else more expensive. Financial sector, look at this. Aren't we seeing a top right here? I think so. Did we break it? I think so too. So if you want to pick a financial company, this is the financial index. So financial companies tend to do good, and they have just broken a top, and the resistance, the channel is not that close. So this can be predicting a run for the next few weeks for financial companies. Healthcare going down. Industrial, well, guess what? Did we make a top? Yes. Did we break it? Yes. Industrial going well. Technology, did we make a top? Did we make a top? Did we make a top? Did we break it 2 weeks ago? Are we continuing? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is almost like cheating. Okay, this one, this is communication services, getting close to the top. Utilities, this is making it up. This one right here. So this is just going sideways. So no need to invest in any utilities company because they are just going sideways as a whole. And real estate going down. Biotech, is it making a top? Well, yes. Did it break it? Yes, last week. So you want to invest in some biotech companies? Be my guest. Biotech is doing well. AI, yes, doing well. Is it at the top? Yes, at the top. So maybe the chances are that it's not going to go that much higher. And let's take it. Wow, okay, this is good. This is the number of stocks or the percentage of stocks that in the S&P 500 that have gone above their 200-day moving average. Look at this. This is absolutely great because we were going into a downtrend. So this was a descending top. You know, we have some tops that are pretty flat. Top, top, top. This is a descending top. We broke it higher. So it was going down. Now it's no longer going down. So that's great news. So the economy, the stock market is doing great. Let's hope that it continues, but this is doing great. Great. This is the S&P 500 and this is NASDAQ. Wow, look at this. It was making a top, now it's breaking that top. So economy is doing great. So find good stocks. We have identified a lot of them. So let's end this by looking at the economic calendar. What kind of information are we going to look for in terms of economic data for next week? So on Wednesday, FOMC minutes that are coming out. Then the week after that is going to be core inflation numbers, but no other big data economic numbers next week. So it should be a pretty uneventful week, except in terms of news. But in terms of economic data, nothing else is going to come out next week. So there you go. So if you want more of this, you need to become a member. So you can take a look at my YouTube membership at the buy alert level. This is the minimum. And also take a look at the private Discord server where I post every single day the buy signals I see for the daily chart for all these stocks. You know, we have looked mainly at the weekly chart today to give us a sense as the weekly movements. But every single day, I will post the buy signals I see on the daily chart. And I gave a lot today, but if you want to know more, check that out. So thank you for attending this. It's always nice to speak to a crowd instead of speaking to myself. So I'm going to wish you a great rest of the weekend. We are going to talk tomorrow. I do a Tesla video every single day. That one is free. So join me at least for my Tesla, Dow Jones, S&P 500, NASDAQ, VIX, Russell free video every single day where we dissect Tesla stock. And if you want more from all of these stocks, then you need to join preferably at the private Discord server level. So have a great rest of your weekend. We are going to talk tomorrow and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.